Baraka, Yasharallah, Bahashem, Yahweh, all praises, glory to Yahweh, Halawaya, praise Yahweh. And saying that, learn and understand what you worship. Because at the end of the day, despite of the biblical knowledge and the biblical teachings that you all have, you all die outside of your faith despite of your confessions and your baptism. Because y'all lack understanding in what you worship. And the church is not designed to teach you what you worship, and yet it keeps you in idolization, keeps you captive to the religious ideology and the philosophy of man. You understand me? See, so now it's time to wake up and understand what you worshiping. Because a lot of y'all don't know what y'all worshiping, and through a lack of understanding, even though y'all have these religious teachings and these revival meetings and Bible studies, yet through that religious teachings, y'all become enemies to Yahweh God. You understand me? In fact, let me get before I get into it, let me go to the book of Matthew, and let me have 25th chapter. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Matthew 25 verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be like unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. Now when it says the virgins, it's not talking about women that never had sex or never been with a man. Not that type of virgin. What it's talking about is worshiping. You understand me? Because see, when you go back into James 4:4, he said, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know you not that friendship is the world, is an enmity with Yahweh God. See, so when you say adulterers and adulteresses, he talking about idolization. You understand me? See, so when talking about the virgins, he talking about the religious worship and practice. Let's read that again. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be like unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. Now those that, the 5 that were wise, meaning that they had knowledge and they applied that knowledge. Because see, understand, when you apply knowledge, you become wise. Because wisdom is applied knowledge. Now you have 5 that were fools, meaning that they had biblical knowledge and teachings, yet they don't believe in them teachings, in them biblical writings that they obtained in these religious organizations. You understand me? Because see, understand, again, knowing and believing is two different. You can believe, and you can believe in this, but you don't believe in that. Meaning that you can read 12 books, but you only believe in 2. So as a result of that, you're gonna talk, you're gonna preach what you believe in. You understand me? Let's read that again. Let's start from the beginning. Matthew 25 verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be like unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And the bridegroom is Yahweh. 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And when he said about the bridegroom is Yahweh, meaning that Yahweh fulfilled biblical prophecy and went back to the Father. You understand me? And he said, what? If I go away, I will come again and to receive you. You understand me? So Yahweh done went back to the Father already. Let's read that verse again. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept, meaning that they all continued to live life. You understand me? They all continued their religious practice. You understand me? It is what it is. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. And when he's talking about that midnight, talking about the coming of Yahweh. You understand me? Because see, understand, 2 events that's going to bring about the end, politically and astronomically, going to bring about the end to this world, to this universe as we know it. You understand me? I'm gonna hold that. Let me go back a chapter to 20. Let me go back a chapter to Matthew 24, and then let me get 29. Matthew 24 verse 29. I want 31, but I'm gonna start at 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. Meaning that you have a political event that's going to take place, and that political event is going to trigger these astronomical events. Verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Meaning that you're not going to see no man coming out of the sky with angels on horses. You understand me? What they're talking about is that through the cataclysmic astronomical events, you're going to see the glory. You're going to see Yahweh Shai and his Father coming. You understand me? Let's read that again, verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, because that sign is the astronomical event. You understand me? That sign is what he called an eclipse. Then shall all the tribes of earth mourn, and shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And the tribes is going to mourn. Why? Because these scriptures that they rejected are going to come to pass. You understand me? See, so although they had religious teachers yet, but when these events take place, they're not going to understand it. You understand me? Because see, understand the church is not designed to teach you what you worship, because it's a governing system of man. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's read and let's finish up. Verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So basically, when you're talking about that midnight cry, it's talking about the coming of Yahweh Shai, the coming of the second Exodus. You understand me? Or that's to say that kingdom. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so understand, you're going to have events that's going to bring about the end, and the church is not designed to teach you these events that's going to take place. So y'all like understanding and biblical prophecy, and y'all die in y'all religious teachings. Because understand, there is no life in these religious teachings. Like, Jesus loved you. Okay? Be good. Have faith in God, and he'll save you. There is no life in those teachings. You understand me? It is what it is. That's why John 5 and 39, what they I believe 5 and 39, yeah, I think what he say, search the scriptures. Meaning y'all can look through the scriptures, y'all can look through the precepts. You understand me? Y'all can quote the scriptures, but at the end of the day, you have no life. Because y'all lack understanding of what this political game is about, because it's all politically related. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, let's go back. Let me start back. Start from the beginning. Matthew 25. Matthew 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be like unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us your oil, for our lamps is gone out. Meaning that when these events took place, political, cataclysmic, astronomical events took place, they didn't understand it. Just like to this day, y'all don't understand what y'all looking at in the media. You understand me? With America and its racism, okay? And its wokeness, y'all don't understand this political game, okay? Y'all like understanding, so y'all fall victim to the system that you all support. And by you supporting a system, a governing system of man, which leads to death, y'all die outside of y'all faith, despite of your baptism and confessions. You know how many Christians that believed in God their whole life attended church, but to this day, they not getting in. You understand me? Because see, another thing y'all have to understand, life, your faith is already written. You have to be chosen for this. Everybody is not chosen because see, everybody don't believe, because everybody don't answer that call. Because everybody don't know the calling of Yahweh God. And the church is not designed to teach you that call, so that you can be able to hear that call and respond. You understand me? The word was written, your faith, life was written long before the foundation of the world. You understand me? I'm gonna hold that I'm gonna finish up that, but let me get 2 Thessalonians. I'm gonna get to chapter 2, and I'm gonna go down to verse 13. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 13. But we are bound to give thanks always to Yahweh for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, because he have from the beginning, listen, he have from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of that truth. Meaning that you have to be chosen for this. You understand me? Your life, the faith was already written. In fact, let me go into the book of the book of Proverbs, and let me have the 8th chapter, and I'm gonna get down to verse 22. Proverbs chapter 8, verse 22. The Lord possessed me in the beginning. Listen, the Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. Meaning that we are in his old. We are in the old days. You understand me? Because see, understand, Yahweh Shai came and fulfilled biblical prophecy. So all things was already written. All things is already written. Yahweh Shai came and fulfilled that prophecy. You understand me? It is what it is. See, understand that y'all lack understanding of what this game is about. Y'all need to learn to understand what you worshiping. You understand me? Let's go back. Finish up 25. Matthew 25. Where was that? Verse 7. Matthew 25, verse 7. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. Meaning that when these events took place, they didn't understand it. So they're going to ask the Israelites. They're going to ask those, the elect, that do understand what's taking place. They're going to ask them, like Allah going to ask me. And my response, and a lot of Israelites' response going to be, go and see your pastor. Because when I told you you was an Israelite, and these ain't nothing but devils, you rejected it. You embraced the commandments of man. You embraced these politicians and their agenda. Now you understand, at the end of the day, there is no life, and that leads to death. You understand me? See, so when the events take place, y'all gonna have to go back and ask your pastor. You understand me? You're gonna have to go back and ask Geno Jenkins. You're gonna go back and ask Crespo Dollar, Kenneth Copeland, and all these, Jamal Bryant, and all these other pastors. You understand me? Because they're not gonna tell you what's taking place. Because see, understand, all these pastors in these churches, or the church itself, in this organization has a C4 charter with the IRS. Because the church is a religious governing system of man. You understand me? The church has nothing to do with Yahweh God, nor biblical prophecy concerning the children of Israel and the kingdom. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so when these events took place, they wanted to understand what they was looking at. So what happened is that the other five told them, go and see your pastor. You understand me? Like when these events take place, go and see your pastor. Yo, Michael L. You said this and you said that. What about this and that? I don't know. Go and see your pastor. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Verse 9. But the wise answer, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went with him to the marriage. And those that were ready are the elect of Israel. You understand me? Because the elect is going to be able to understand what they're looking at. You understand me? The elect is saved. The elect was already chosen long before the foundation of the world. That's why in John 6:64, Yahweh Shai say, but there are some of you believe not, because he already know who believed and who didn't. Because life, your faith is written already. It's just life being played out. You understand? These prophecies are being played out. Do you understand me? Verse 10. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterwards came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Because by the time they got an understanding of what was taking place, it was already too late. You understand me? Like y'all, like the church teach about this rapture and this tribulation period. They think that the rapture going to take place, and those that were left behind is going to have a second chance. You're not going to have no second chance, because once the elect get called up to them ships, it's a wrap. Game over. You understand me? Because see, understand, you have astronomical events that going to trigger these cataclysmic events, because Yahweh God speaks and he exists through his creation. You understand me? See, so y'all lack understanding of what y'all looking at in the media. You understand me? Because what y'all looking at is prophecy being fulfilled. But y'all lack understanding of what y'all looking at, because y'all can only see in the physical. You understand me? And that physical sight leads to death, leads to blindness. You understand me? Verse 13. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. Meaning that we don't even know what day or what time, because these prophecies are coming to pass. And in order to understand, what's taking place, you have to believe into the scriptures. Because see, understand, Yahweh prophecies are played out politically, astronomically, through these politicians, legislatures, and agenda. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so y'all have to understand that he don't know you, despite of your religious teachings, because y'all lack understanding of what y'all was looking at. Y'all lack understanding of what you was worshiping. You understand me? Although you believed and have faith and got baptized. You understand me? Yeah, y'all done got baptized. Y'all done took communion, and at the end of the day, you die outside of that baptism. Jesus don't exist but through translations, and your own Jesus said he don't even know you. Your own one that who y'all waiting for, this character who don't exist named Jesus, he even said it. I don't know you. Verily I say unto you, I don't know you. Depart from me, ye that work at iniquity. You understand me? It is what it is, because see, y'all lack understanding. Alright? It is what it is. See, so y'all lack understanding. See, that's why he said watch, and the church is not designed to teach you to teach you to watch, or to teach you what you're looking for. You understand me? It is what it is. Let me get Romans, let me go to Romans 11. Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing that time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. And knowing that time, is talking about biblical prophecy, that time of prophecy. Know that it's high time to wake up, because see, we are in different stages of prophecy. Because see, understand, you have two prophecies that will bring about the end of the world, and yet they intertwine and they coexist. You understand me? You have the end times, and then you have the last days. And these are two prophecies that are going to be played out. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's read that again. And that knowing that time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. And that sleep means you lack understanding. See, so basically it's time to wake up and understand where we at in prophecy, because the end times and the last days are the same prophecies, but they intertwine, they coexist, yet they are different prophecies, and they're going to play out. And these two prophecies will come to pass, and they coming to pass as it to this day in 2025. But y'all not able to see being all these things. You understand me? Because that vision is not given to everybody. Everybody don't believe. You understand me? And they're talking about the last days and the end time, because see, understand, the last days and the end time are both political events that will take place. You understand me? They will take place. In fact, let me go into the book of Daniel. Let me get Daniel 8 and 19 right quick. Daniel chapter 8 verse 19. And he said, Behold, I will make thee know what shall be the last end. Listen, the last end of the indignation. For at that time, listen, the last end at that time. At that time appointed the end shall be, meaning that this word has an end time. You know what I'm saying? Let's read that again. He said, behold, I will make thee know what shall be the last end of the indignation, and that's righteous anger. For at that time appointed the end shall be. The ram which thou sawest having two horns are the king of Media and Persia, and the rough goat is the king of Greece, and the great horn that is between the eyes is of the first king. And it's talking about that between the eyes is talking about the Roman Empire. Now that being broken, whereas four stood forward, four kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in its power. And he's talking about Alexander and his four generals. You understand me? Ptolemy, Lucid. You understand me? So those four noble ones are his four generals. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. And in fact, I'm going to the Apocrypha, and I'm gonna get 2nd Ezra, chapter 12, and I'm gonna go down to verse 23. 2nd Ezra, chapter 12, verse 23. In the last days, listen, last days. In the last days shall come the Most High raise three kingdoms, and renew many things therein, and they shall have the dominion of the earth. Now the three kingdoms that he's going to raise up, it's not talking about America, China, and Russia. Those are not the three. The three he's talking about are those that coming out of Western Europe. You understand me? Let's read that again, verse 23. In the last days shall the Most High raise up three kingdoms and renew many things therein, and they shall have dominion of the earth, and of those that dwell therein with much oppression, above all those that were before them. Therefore they are called the heads of eagle, for these are they that shall accomplish his wickedness, and shall finish his last end. What? Last end, because see, the last days and the end times are politically being played out as we speak to this day. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. In fact, let me get Revelations. Let's go into the book of Revelations. I'm gonna get Revelations 13 and 11. Revelations chapter 13, verse 11. And I stood upon the sand of the sea. Shalaki. Revelations 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and had 10 horns like a lamb, and spoke as a dragon. And it's talking about America. That dragon represents basically Leviathan, the Lord nature of man. You understand me? The physical nature of man. See, y'all have to understand when they're talking about flesh. You understand me? A lot of y'all lack understanding because these things are not being taught into Bible studies. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so at the end, you're going to have a beast that's going to come out of earth, and that's America. You understand me? Let me go ahead and get and there was one more I'm going to get oh yeah, now let me have Revelations. Let me have Revelations 8 and 5. Revelations chapter 8 verse 5. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar, and cast it into the earth. And there were voices, and thundering, and lightning, and an earthquake. See, so understand that through these events is going to take Yahweh God is coming back through his creation, because see, these events symbolizes his return. You understand me? Because he exists through his creation. You understand me? Like Hebrews 1 and 1. He has spoken to the prophets in various times, and the last day he's spoken to us through his son. You understand me? And Yahweh Shai is Yahweh God first creation, because through him come we all, and everything material matters that's made. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so the end time the end time and the last days are politically based events that will take place. You understand me? Now the last days, the last days deals with um the state of humanity, the nation of Israel, and the kingdom. That's what the last days is for. Do you understand me? Even though they're politically gonna be played out. Go back to what we read in the Apocrypha, Second Ezra. In the last days, the last time, the last ends, because these prophecies intertwine. They coexist. They're gonna play itself out. The difference is that the last day deals with the kingdom of Yahweh God and the state of humanity. And when I mean by the kingdom, that's including the nation of Israel. Do you understand me? It is what it is. In fact, let me go into the book and let me get Zechariah. Let me get Zechariah 6 and 12. Zechariah chapter 6 verse 12. And speak unto him, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, Behold, the man whose name is the branch, which is Yahushua, he shall grow out of his place, and he shall build the temple of the Lord. When it means growing out of his place, meaning that he didn't come out of the tribes that more people anticipated or thought that he would come out of, meaning Joseph and Ephraim. You understand me? See, so he grew up out of his place, meaning that they didn't know what tribe that Yahushua was going to come in. That's why you go back into Hebrews 7 when he said no one paid attention of that the Messiah was going to come out of the tribe of Judah, which no one gave attendance to. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so he grew out of his place due to the fact of that the northern kingdom, Ephraim, Joseph, they went into slavery for idolization, for idol worshiping. Now the southern kingdom, Judah, they went into slavery because they walked in the commandments of man and not in the commandments of Yahweh God. So at the end of the day, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom went into slavery for idolization. Because anything outside of the commandments, idolization, is sorcery and witchcraft. You understand me? So he grew up out of his place. You understand? Verse 13. Even he shall build the temple of the Lord, and he shall bear the glory, and shall sit and rule upon the throne, and he shall be a priest upon his throne, and the council of peace shall be between them both. Talking about the north and the southern kingdom, because they split. They was going to come back together under Yahushua. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go let me get Isaiah. Let me get 9 and 6 right quick. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and that government shall be on his shoulder. Now that government politically is what we call theocracy. Theocracy is a divine intervention, a clergy group of men who rule to that intervention. And the Catholic Church controls all Abrahamic religions. That includes Judaism and Islam. Because see, understand, Christianity and Islam is the daughter of Judaism. Understand that Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Catholicism ain't nothing but wickedness with nothing but marketry. You understand me? With plagiarizing of the scriptures. Y'all have to understand, religion is a governing system of man, religious worship practice. You understand me? That's what religion is. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let me go into the book of Micaiah. Let me get Micaiah 4 and 1. Micaiah chapter 4 verse 1. But in the last days, listen. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the Lord's house, the mountain of the house of the Lord, shall be established in top of mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it. Now when he's talking about mountains, he's talking about governing system, because that's what they symbolizes. You got different various governing system of man. You have monarchy, anarchy, oligarchy, democracy, republican, and bureaucracy. You understand me? It is what it is. Now, when you say above the hills, because understand that you have local level governments, and then you got federal governments. You got three branches. You got the federal, you got the state, and you got the city council governance system. Okay? Do you understand me? So you got different levels of government here in America. You understand me? So his kingdom, now understand that the kingdom, the commandments, the kingdom is the commandments. The commandments is the kingdom. The commandments is given to the 12 tribes of Israel. Israel is that kingdom because the commandments is for Israel to exercise lordship over the Gentiles. You understand me? So the commandment was given to the tribe of Judah and to the elect of Israel, the northern and the southern kingdom. So the nation of Israel, the 12 tribe, makes up that kingdom. Just like you got Washington D.C. is the nation's capital. You understand me? You got all these states that make America, but you only have one capital, and that's Washington D.C. And Judah is the capital of the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand me? Let's read that again. Micaiah chapter 4 verse 1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in top of mountains, and it shall be exalted above hills, and people shall flow unto it. Because what Yahweh shall say, what when I be lifted up, I'm gonna draw all men to me, and he drew all men to him. Meaning that not only the elect of Israel are going to come, but you're going to have the Gentile nations going to come as well. Do you understand me? Yeah, the Gentiles are going to come, and we Israelites are going to teach you. You understand me? We're going to teach y'all what y'all worshiping because y'all have no covenant. So Yahweh Shai never came and redeemed you. Only thing he did was forgive y'all of y'all idolization. You understand me? It is what it is. Verse 2. And many nations shall come and say, come, and let us go to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the Yahweh of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways. See, that house of Jacob talking about the southern kingdom, the 12 tribes of Israel. Let's read that again, verse 2. And many nations shall come and say, come, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of Yahweh of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his path. For the law shall go forth out of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. You understand me? See, so in the last days, Yahweh Shai came and set it up a kingdom. Do you understand me? Let's go to Genesis 49 and 1. I'm not going to go through all of it, but I'm going to just give you an understanding. Genesis 49 verse 1. And Jacob called his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Meaning that the 12 tribes, how they were going to be, stated conditions, how they will be in the last days. And these last days have taken place. The last days have already came to pass. You understand me? Let's read that again. Genesis 49 verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together, and hear ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. And he talking about Jacob, because why? Jacob's name would change to Israel. You understand me? Now he's talking about the sons of Jacob, he's talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand me? This is the 12 tribes of Israel. The 12 tribes makes up that kingdom of Yahweh God. The capital of the 12 tribes of Israel is Judah, because Yahweh Shai, the lawgiver, come out of Judah. See, so he grew up out of his place, out of Ephraim. You understand me? He grew up out of his place. All right, verse 2. Gather yourselves together, and hear ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Now let's go down. I'm not going to go through all of them because I'm on my lunch break. Let me get 5, verse 5. Simon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their inhabitations. Now Simon and the Levites, the Dominicans and the Haitians. You understand me? You have political violence and black on black crime within the Dominicans and within Haiti. You understand me? See, so when you go today in Haiti in 2025, you're gonna see the cruelty that was in Haiti, along against its own people. You understand me? And that cruelty comes through policies. That cruelty comes through politics. You understand me? Because see, what happened is that these politicians that got in office, because they lack understanding what they were voting for, put these people in the power, and they passed legislation that enslaved them and that controls them. So through the enslavement of these policies and regulations, they created conditions for black on black crime. You understand me? See, so in Haiti, you're gonna see gang violence. You're gonna see crime heavily. You understand me? When you go to the Haiti, and same thing with the Dominicans. You have all these gangs in the Dominicans. You understand me? Because they are under democratic, or they are under philosophy governing the system of man, and the governing system of man come in various form, and they are nothing but economic and religious enslavement. Do you understand me? So, but at the end of the day, the Haitians, the Levites and the Dominicans, they are cruelty into habitations due to the fact of political policies that's in place. Let's go down to verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He crouched as a lion. And as an old lion, who shall arouse him? Meaning that a whelp is a baby lion, right? And from the prey, my son, thou art gone up. Meaning that they are babies compared to the prey, and that prey are these Gentile nations. But yet, when it comes to Judah, they are like a baby lion to the prey. You understand me? Ain't nobody stood up. Because see, understand, you can get all the civil rights leaders you want to, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Maya Angelou, Brandon Johnson, Kamala Harris, Barack Obama. At the end of the day, ain't now one of them gonna spark any flame into the so-called African American community, the children of Israel, the tribe of Judah. You understand me? Because nobody is going to redeem us out of these curses except for Yahweh Shai. And he redeemed us. When you go to Galatians 3 and 13, he redeemed us from the curse of the law. So the only one that's going to redeem you is Yahweh Shai. You understand me? So I don't care what black leaders you get. When you go back to the NAACP, the original members was hung. You understand me? They was hung. So now the NAACP ain't nothing but Edomites now. Do you understand me? The NAACP embraces philosophies and ideology of the governing system of these politicians. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so who's going to arouse them? Who's going to bring the children of Israel to come together? The only one that's going to do that is Yahweh Shai through the elect and through the elders of Israel. You understand me? Because the elect and the elders are going to put the truth out, and this truth is going to reach some, and some going to come in return. You understand me? But not everybody's going to return. But yet at the end of the day, when it comes to the white man and his system, the tribe of Judah fall. You understand me? Like Brandon Johnson, Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, Mayor Lightfoot, Cory Booker, and all these black mayors in these blue cities that run these cities, that run these states. Yet at the end of the day, that because they are black, they don't care nothing about you, because it's not about the nationality of them. You understand me? You got black people that believe in the philosophy governing system of man. Okay? Karl Marx is black. You understand me? You have a lot of black people that don't believe in God. They believe in the government. They believe in man. Do you understand me? Let's get a couple more. Let's go down to verse 22. Genesis 49 verse 22. Joseph is a fruitful brought, even a fruitful brought by a well, whose branches run over the wall. Meaning that the Puerto Ricans, they really like to drink, have fun, and have sex and pop out babies. And you can see that a lot. You understand me? They pop out babies. Those Dominicans, they pop out babies because they are sexually active. You understand me? It is what it is. They like to get drunk and have fun. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let me get down to 27. Benjamin is raving as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoils, meaning that the tribe of Benjamin was ravaged by the British, by the Spanish, and by the French. But yet they never had control over Jamaica. You understand me? Over the tribe of Benjamin, they never had complete total control, because there you had the movement of Rastafarian, Marcus Garvey, and whatnot. You understand me? See, so you have a lot of them that got in touch with the Moors and the Ethiopian, Haile Selassie and stuff and whatnot. So basically, at the end of the day, the French, the Spanish, and the British didn't have total control over the tribe of Benjamin. You understand me? Yet they devoured their prey through the religious practices of Judaism and Rastafari, and through the music that Bob Marley and the songs don't make. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so politically they was not taken over, but they were ravaged by these Europeans. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so in the last days, you can see that this is where we at in the last days. These last days are being played out. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so understand that the last days and the end times, the end times and the last days are the same prophecies. They're going to play itself out, but yet they are different prophecies. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. In fact, let me go into the book of Acts, the 2nd chapter, and let me have I'm gonna Acts 2, and then I'm gonna start at I want 17, but I'm gonna start at 16. Acts chapter 2, verse 16. But this is that which was spoken by the prophet Joel. And it shall come to pass in the last days, said Yahweh, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. And on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in those days my spirit, and they shall prophesy. You understand me? And he had poured out his spirit. So in fact, let's go back into Zechariah. I get Zechariah 12 and 10. Zechariah chapter 12 verse 10. And I will pour upon the house of David, and I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and supplication. See, so we are in the days where he had poured his spirit out, and his spirit is already been poured. Do you understand me? See, so understand that these last days and the end time are going to play itself out. See, understand the Bible is closed. This book is closed. You understand me? Ain't nothing more to prophesy, because the end is played out politically, astronomically, which is going to trigger these cataclysmic events. You understand me? Listen to what let me get Daniel. Let's go into Daniel 12. And then let me have I'm gonna get 4, and then I'm gonna go down to 10. Daniel chapter 12 verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut the word, seal up the book to the time of end. Meaning ain't no more to prophesy about, because the end is played out politically. The last days are played out politically. You understand me? Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And many going to run to and fro, and knowledge going to be increased. And that knowledge is what we call the philosophy of man. You understand me? And that knowledge increased in the in the Renaissance period, because you had the printing press. You understand me? See, so then you had the period of humanization in the church. You understand me? Because see, understand, you have philosophy that hit the church, because see, the church split under Martin Luther in the 1500s. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so you don't have philosophy that's going to increase, because this book is closed. You understand me? It is what it is. Okay, let's go down to verse 10. And many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, And none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Meaning that you want to have a few going to wake up, some going to wake up, but a lot is not going to wake up because a lot of people's not going to understand what they're looking at, even though they have their religious teachers, even though they went to the revival meetings and got baptized in the name of the Lord and Savior. Yet at the end of the day, they lack understanding, so they die outside of their faith. They die in idolization. They fall victim to the same system that they supported because they lack understanding of what they was worshiping. Do you understand me? It is what it is. See, so understand that in the last days the spirit is poor. You understand me? Let's get to verse 19. And I will show wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath. And those signs are the events like today. You have the earthquakes. You have these little small tsunamis that's taking place. You understand me? You had an earthquake that just happened off Russia a few months ago. You understand me? You have you have these like little events that's taking place. See, so those are signs. You understand me? That this world is coming to a close because those signs are going to get even stronger. Do you understand me? And if y'all not understanding what y'all looking at, y'all gonna fall victim, despite of your confessions and your belief. You understand me? Let's read verse 19 again. And I will show wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before that great and noble day of the Lord come. Meaning that he exists through these events, and these events is going to take place. So when that marriage comes, you have these political, astronomical, cataclysmic events that's going to take shape. And y'all like understanding. So what happens is that y'all going to go back and ask your pastor, but then when y'all come to realization that you was lied to and that what the Israelite told you came to pass, that's when y'all going to grab an understanding and then believe, but then it's going to be too late. Do you understand me? Because you're not going to have a second chance. You understand me? It is what it is because life is already written. Your faith is already written, so you're not going to have a second chance. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand that you're going to have these political and astronomical events that's going to take place. You understand me? Let me get, let's go into 2 Peter 3:3. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 3, knowing this verse that there shall come in the last days scorpions, walking after their own lust, and you have people that walk in their own lust, and when you're talking about their own lust, it's not talking about the sexual nature so much. He's talking about the physical nature of man, the lust of the fame, the lust of the fortune, the lust of the material matters. You understand me? Go back to 1 John 2, the love of the eyes, the love of the flesh, is the pride of life, is not of the Father. So everything that this world has to offer goes against Yahweh God. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? See, so you have people that's walking in the philosophy of man. They walking in their own ideology. You understand me? They're not walking in the commandments because the commandments is a divine system. So they're walking and worshiping a philosophical system that leads to death. You understand me? Let me get let me have Timothy. Let me have 1 Timothy, Shilaki. Let me get 2 Timothy, and let me get 3, and I'm gonna start at 1. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This know also that in the last day perilous times shall come, and those are dangerous times. Politically, you understand me? Economically, you understand me? Religiously, these are perilous times. These are dangerous times. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontent, fierce, despisers those that are good. Meaning that, say like if you go against homosexuality and transgender, then the world is against you because you are right. You know what I'm saying? Because your belief is righteous, and the ways of the world goes against that righteousness or goes against Yahweh God commandments. You understand me? Say like, by you keeping the commandment, people despise you. due to the fact of that when they run across you, they see their own selves. You understand me? They see their own selves, so they gonna despise you because due to the fact of that, we living in the times to where those that call good evil and evil good. You understand me? Say like if you stand up for your biblical principles and man and woman is married and two men and two women cannot get married, then the world gonna hate you. You understand me? You're gonna be called, the terminology is gonna be called the homophobic and called the bigot. You understand me? See, y'all have to understand how this game is being played. Do you understand me? See, so you have people that hate those that practice the commandments, those that practice righteousness. You understand me? Verse 4. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, for such turn away. Meaning that a lot of them talk that religious talk, they're going to speak religiously, but then when it comes time for them to exercise that spiritual talkings that they talking about and that belief, they're going to exercise the commandments of man. Do you understand me? So they have that form of godliness, but they deny the powers of Yahweh God. They deny his existence through the philosophy and ideology of man. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so that's what y'all have to understand, that the last days deals with the kingdom of Yahweh God, the state of humanity, Israel. And the end times deals with, they are both political, but more basically on the astronomical cataclysmic events that's going to take place. Do you understand me? See, so these are the things that y'all have to learn and understand. Okay, that's why let me get Luke 21, and let me start at 34. Luke 21 verse 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that they come upon you unawareness. For as a snare shall it come upon all of them that dwell on the face of the earth. See, so these events is going to take place. And a lot of you all have to understand that these events is going to take place in 25, and then 20, the next presidential election in 32. You understand me? So, and as we keep going, you're going to have these events going to intensify. Like, you got the sun. Right now, because of the rotation of how the earth is going around the sun has darker spots. Do you understand me? You have a mass solar flares, or what you call it, mass corona ejections. See, understand that you have these big mass ejection of coronas, sunstorms that's hitting the earth. That's why you see a lot of technology that's been to this day that's been glitching. That sometimes it'll be on, it'll be off, and then you have glitches in the system because the earth has been hit by solar flares. You understand me now? Those solar flares affect these volcanic eruptions that take place. Do you understand me? See, so what take place in the heavens and the celestial beings take place down here on earth. You understand me? It is what it is. In fact, I'm gonna hold that, and I'm gonna get 25, and we're gonna go back. Luke 21, and we're gonna go up to 25. Luke 21 verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity. Meaning that y'all not going to be able to understand when these events take place, because the church is not designed to teach you. You understand me? It keeps you in idolization. A lot of you all die in separation. You understand me? Let's read verse 25 again. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity. The sea and the waves are worrying. See, the seas and the waves are worrying. Why? Because you're going to have these cataclysmic events that's going to be triggered by the celestial objects in the space. And then you're going to have political events that's going to take place. You understand me? See, so the end is based on politics and astronomical. These events is going to bring about the end of the world. Do you understand me? That's why he say, matter of fact, let's go back to Matter of fact, let's get Matthew. I'm gonna get Matthew 24 and 36, but I'm gonna finish up. Luke 21, verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and stand before the Son of Man. Meaning that you have to watch these events, and if you don't know what these events is going to take place, you're dead. You're lost. You understand me? You done died outside of your faith. It doesn't matter how many times you profess and claim that Jesus who don't exist is your Lord and Savior. Because you have to watch astronomically, politically, and economically events that are going to take place, because what y'all looking at in the media is all politically related, because these politicians is playing out the prophecies of Yahweh. Yahweh prophecies are played out politically and astronomically. You understand me? See, so y'all like understanding of what this game is about. So what happens is that y'all die outside of y'all faith. You understand me? It don't matter. Matthew 24, verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Meaning that y'all not going to understand these events, but when these events happen, that's when you're going to come to realization, but it's going to be too late. Do you understand me? Because y'all never learned what y'all worshiping. You know what I mean? See, understand me? See, so when you go back to Matthew 7, and he say, profess to you, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that worketh iniquity. Why? Because y'all live the lifestyle according to the commandments of God, even though y'all have religious and biblical teachings. You understand me? Yet in these teachings, y'all didn't understand what y'all was worshiping. You understand me? And as a result, y'all fell victim to the system. Y'all got the mark of the beast. Y'all got that chip system. And y'all don't even know it, but y'all already have that chip system. You understand me? A lot of you all are democratic minded, but see, there are things that y'all need to learn and understand. And the church is not designed to teach you. So as therefore, y'all fall victim to idolization. And you die outside of your faith, despite of your confessions and despite of your belief. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so learn and understand what y'all worshiping.